Hello and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will continue Final Fantasy VI, the Pixel Remaster. So let's fire it up. Alrighty, where are we? In our previous episode, my save files are all over the place because I like to do sometimes some experimentation before I actually do the chronicled episodes, just to make sure that I remember how the game goes and make sure that my strategies for leveling, going forward, remembering the dungeons even sometimes, that are all straight in my head. Alrighty, so we're just outside of Narsh. We just have Setzer in the party with a lock, so alrighty, let's go inside of Narsh, and there's a couple of cutscenes and just a couple of things here to do. We've been waiting for you. Alright, sure thing. So now we come back to the Elder's house and talk to Bannon and the Elder and Arvis. Alright, the people of Narsh have finally decided to fight against the Empire. Fantastic. Well, they didn't go so well in Vector, to be honest. I see. We've been trying to work out a plan to make use of Narsh's resources and Figaro's machinery, but we just don't have enough troops to storm the Empire. So that is completely understandable since the Empire has conscripted troops from all of the cities and towns within the Imperial continent. And they just have a lot more manpower than anybody else. We have no choice but to open the sealed gate. Well, how are we going to do that if the Esper Elder guy sealed the gate? Because didn't he say that we would that he could ensure that no one could ever go back and forth again? So I'm not sure how we're going to do that. All right, here comes Terra. And she must have been just peeking inside the door, overhearing the conversation. The gate to the Esper world? That's right. We'll never beat the Empire without their help. The sealed gate lies to the Empire's east. When we open it, the Espers can attack from there while we launch an invasion from the north. An attack on two fronts. Alright. We must reestablish the bond of trust that once existed between humans and Espers. The Espers must be made to understand, and there's only one among us who could make them. Terra. And she is contemplative, thinking, if Espers and humans were truly incompatible, I would never have been born. So she's convincing herself. Alright, I'll do it. Alright, so Terra has volunteered as tribute. Because we don't know if the Espers are going to have or give us a warm welcome or reception, for all we know. The Espers who are still there, they might be very angry at us opening up the gate. Okay, we'll find a way. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is go to that house that had all of those chests, and we're going to go through a quick little sequence. Excuse me, sir. And see if we can't get into that chest now. Oh no, caught in the act. Hey, you. Hey. Oh no, you've taken the treasure. I'm Lone Wolf the Pickpocket. The treasure's mine now. Okay. Well, what if I chase you for it? Gah! Alright, so we're just gonna follow Lone Wolf. Yeah, come on. Up to the mines. And then we're just gonna keep following him until we get that treasure. I mean, if you think about it, we're running after him to steal a treasure from him that he stole from the house. And persistent, aren't you? Oh, hey, look, it's the Yeti. Okay, so I think the encounters here are all pretty mild and easy. So we'll just run. We don't need to deal with these guys. And I think if we were trying to go for a perfect stats run, we wouldn't even come up here yet, actually, because running into those enemy groups or trying to avoid running into those enemy groups would be painstaking. Or if you actually ran into them and just decided to fight them or run, then it would kind of mess up your Velt manipulation. So the Velt is, oh man, learning the Velt without a guide was, well, we really didn't even try, to be honest. We were like, we don't know how this works, you know. We back then we didn't know. I didn't know. No one I knew that you know the enemies were broken up into 60 foot. Well, is it 61 groups technically? 60 groups? I can't remember. But it's like 60 groups and anyway, all the randomization that is associated with it and all that stuff, and uh, and and figuring that out, it can be a chore. So I really think that if you're playing through this for the very first time, I don't necessarily recommend trying to get all of the rages with Gal. Okay, here comes the little scene where the Mog or the Moogle um, trying to get away from the wolf. You'll never get this gold hairpin. Now, gold hairpins, they're nice, but they're not great. So we can either save the lone wolf and we get the gold hairpin, or we can save Mog and get a new party member. So we're gonna get a new party member. You can talk? Well, yeah. I love how he does his little flappy motion. A Moogle who speaks the language of humans and can summon the Earth's power through his dance. Alrighty, Mog is his name. And then Lone Wolf over there. He's just still hanging. An old dude named Rama taught me your language, Kupo. He kept showing up in my dreams and telling me to help you, Kupo. So I'm gonna help you, Kupo. Alright. Thanks, Mog. If that's how it's gonna be, take this. So he just jumps off the edge and probably dies horribly. And then Mog's like, I'll wait for you in the airship. Come on. Alright. And that's that. So this is, I think, the first time that we've come here where we have control of the character, where it wasn't controlled by what's the word? Cutscene. Yeah. Anyway, let's just head back down to the town. And I believe this is the last time that we will be visiting the mines of Narsh. It's kind of cool how they're tiered like this. Alright, but anyway, as far as going back to Gao and his rages, I mean, he has the potential to just have dozens and dozens of rages. And so, I mean, the ability to keep track of all of them, the ones that you have, or the ones that you I guess don't have, you know, have yet to get, keeping track of the groups, it can be a challenge. It really can. And so, and one thing that does complicate it is that the as far as Velt manipulation and formations of the enemy is that a group is saved to your Velt even if you don't, defeat all those enemies. So anyway, so now what we'll do is we're gonna go to the Veld because we need Gil for one. This next part that I want to do, we're gonna get a couple of pieces of magic site, but one of them requires us to go to the auction house in Jidor, and so we're gonna need 33,000 gil, plus some more to spend on a couple of pair of Hermes sandals. Let's see, what else do we need the gil for? I don't think anything major. There might be some gear upgrades, but I doubt it. So I'm gonna go to the Veld. We're gonna farm until we get 60,000 gil, and that will also help us farm for APs, ability points. At least I think that's what AP stands for, and accomplish two things at once. Let's unequip everybody. Actually, let's just do a reset. And go get stronger on Veld. Yep, I know. Alright, do I want to bring Locke? Not really. Because this is just to increase people's... This is mostly for people who need their magic increased. So we're just going to bring Edgar, Sabin, and Terra, since they... we want them to... Well, actually, let's... do we want Sabin to have... Yeah, that's fine. We're not going to level up, but just to make sure that they have those spells, because they're going to have strong magic by the end of the game. Okay, so now we gotta make sure that let's put Terra in front. Equip people. Stoneblade, sure. And Golden Shield. Okay, and then head, helm, golden armor, relics. We want everyone to have Hermes sandals. Now, we want you to have strength, so we're going to give you the hyper wrist, and that should do it. Alright, Sabin, the Burning Fist, and Twist Headband, Mithril Shield, Ninja Gear for sure, and then let's see, ribbon? Let's see, cast reflect, maybe Hermes sandals. I don't think it matters too much. Boosts magic barrier ring. I do like the I don't know. I guess ribbon should work, because as far as offensive goes, we don't want dragon boots or dragoon boots, because we can accidentally. But we don't have lock to steal stuff. I do like to have lock stealing stuff when we're here, actually. So, we're gonna trade you out. My bad. That's my bad. We're gonna put lock in, because I do want him to be able to steal. But Terra and Edgar... Actually, let's do... No, because we need Edgar for the Veld. we really need Edgar for the belt. So yeah, whatever. Thieves' Knife, Mithril Shield, Relics, Hermes Sandals, and let's put on that Thief's Bracer. Okay, and then just Green Beret. Yeah, we'll give you the ninja gear since you'll be in combat more. Okay, and then for you, I guess the Thunderblade is fine. Relics, we don't want the Star Pendant. White Cape, Boost magic strength. Hero's ring, I guess we could do that one. White dress, green beret, magus hat, that's what we want. Okay. We've got 21,000 gil. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna hit up a city. Yeah, we don't have all the defensive. Let's give you the ribbon. That will protect you from ailments. Give you a lot of defense. Cast Protect. That's one. Maybe Reflect. Yeah, let's do that one. Green Beret, Twist Headband. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna give you Hermes Sandals here in a second. Okay, so that's the party we want. Now let's go south, down here a little bit. I do love how fast this airship flies. Where's the town? There it is. Alright, I think this place to our right, there's a little tiny dot on the map. It's just a, yeah, Chocobo stable, so we don't need to go in here. Oh wait, there's no items there, right? These places, yeah, they usually don't have any items or chests or anything like that. Alrighty, we're gonna go. And we are not gonna fight these Dawns because we've already fought them. Come on, guys, let's go. Thank you. So here is Tsen, and obey the Empire. So we have these two friendly guards in Magitech armor. Hello. Most of the town's youths were let off to serve. So talking more of the conscripts. Our royal family was slaughtered by the Empire. Oh dear. This town belongs to the Empire. Alright, I don't think that the weapon shop has anything great. Yeah, nah. So we don't need to worry about that. Are there any items or chests? Nope, no items or chests. I think our defensive items aren't that remarkable either. Priest's Miter's pretty good, so maybe we want one of those. And ninja gear, having another one of those is pretty good. Let's yeah, let's get a Priest's Miter. We don't need it, but it'll be a nice boost. Oh, but it takes our magic down. It raises our maximum MP by 1/8, but... That's a buyer's regret item right there for sure. Because I don't want it to reduce my MP, you know what I mean? The Empire has a weapon called the Guardian. It's immobile, but ridiculously powerful. If you ever see it, run away and don't look back. Ah, yes, let's go actually... Shove up, Kansas, you're busy. You buy it and you'll regret it. Okay. Alrighty, we need to buy some stuff. Alrighty, we want to buy these two things. Oh, let's sell maybe some items so that we can buy our next thing. Let's see, Kempo G, Hyper Wrist, Remy Sandals, Tent. Let's see. Okay, Iron Armor, yeah, we don't need that. Room Blade, I don't, yeah, we're not gonna, yeah, we don't need that. Quartets, we don't need that. Iron Helm, we don't need that. I think that should do it. Oh, we don't need 2 flashes. And that should be alright. Yeah. What does this guy say? Defies and you'll regret it. Hello, sir. I would like to speak with you for a moment. Don't scare people like that. I thought you were an Imperial trooper. Not too long ago, some people broke into the Magic Tech research facility and raised a huge ruckus. Yeah. The Seraph Magicite. Yay. Okay, so we don't have enough to... Well, we technically have enough to get one of the items, but it's the more expensive of the two that usually is auctioned first. There's a huge gate deep inside a cave on the eastern edge of the continent. Oh, your boy is playing on the railings. He's just being a boy. He's just bored. Okay, I think that's everything in here. Yeah, we don't need to buy any items. We can always just buy items at the airship. Although, let's get some green. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this place has some green cherries. Let's just get a few of those. We might as well stock up on our high pots, whatever. Ether, eye drops, Phoenix down. Yeah, okay, so we need a lot of gil, not just to buy to win the 2 auctions that we will need to win to get the 2 Espers. One of them's gold, and the other one is something with a Z, and I can't remember its name. So at this point, we can go to the Veld. We can also go pick up some bestiary entries that we didn't get previously. So what the plan is to pick up those bestiary entries. Let's see, hadn't gotten yet. I think there's some up here by Figaro and what was this? What was this city? What was this town? Collingen? Yeah. Alright, so here's the plan. So off screen, I'm going to make a cut, a very big cut. So off screen, let's actually go to our configuration just to kind of show. Where is it? Bestiary. So we have some question marks. I'm not sure how many of these are missable ones, but let's see. We've got most of them. We got a couple of question marks here, there. But anyway, we're gonna go and this is where we can always check, of course, right? Where our bestiary is. Oh, and I think that story time. I think that the whole reason the bestiary was even instituted was to help with Gao's rages. I think. I don't know if it included all of this detail. I don't remember if it included all of this detail at launch in the original SNES version of it. but it did show you, I think this was the first, was it Final Fantasy 6 or 5? But I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 6 had the first bestiary, I think. Anyway, it might have been 5. But this was very helpful to determine what enemies you may have missed, where to find them, and what items they dropped, what items you could steal, of course, their resistances, and so on and so forth. Now I'm doubting myself as to which Final Fantasy this came out on. Anyway, okay, so we'll go ahead and cut. I'm just going to wander around some various areas in the world. Collingen area is the first of them. I'll probably, kind of wander down to Jador, then I'll skip around a bit, then head over to the Veldt, and I will farm until we have enough money to. I'll probably farm until we have about 60,000 gil. So we've got our work cut out for us. Now, I will say that once we get to the Veldt, this is an appropriate place to turn on the boost for your gil and magic AP. I really don't like boosting EXP, even if I'm not trying to do a low level perfect stats or whatever run. It just throws me off on my leveling. So I prefer not to do any more than one EXP, and then when I'm on the Veldt, I mean, you might as well just boost up your gil and magic AP. There's no reason not to, really. I don't feel like that's cheating because you're not really giving yourself too much of an advantage. All you're doing is saving time. So anyway, alrighty, so until we cut in, we'll probably be over by Mobliz in the Veldt when we cut back in, and we will have a lot more money. We will have gotten more rages for Gao, and then when we cut back in, we will proceed to come back to Jador to auction, or to win the auctions for the Z Zakotas, or whatever the Z Esper is, and Golem. So, here we go. Alrighty, so we are ready to move along now. We have been in the Veldt for a while, probably between an hour and a half, I can't remember. And we have switched back the boost so that gil and magic AP are just normal. And let's just take a good look at Gao's rages. We got some good ones. And we got Agua Form, that does Aqua Breath, is the rage on that one. I do like that one. It's not super powerful, but it's pretty good. And we got Satellite, we got some of those harder groups. At least sometimes it seems like some of the groups are more difficult to get than others. I don't know how to say this name because my Italian side of my brain says it's L'Energia, which is just energy. But I think it's like L'Energia or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, that's just the Italian and English fighting together. The Belgique, I think they've got a pretty good rage. That was one of the last ones that I actually got before we got enough gil that I decided we were done. But anyway, we've got a lot of good stuff. We've got the Mu or Mew. I call it Mew just because it looks like the Greek letter. And so anyway, we have got a good number of rages. And we'll be back, of course, to get more. And now we're going to go and get a couple more Espers. So we're going to get in the airship, and let's see, we're going to head over to Jador. Where are you at, Jador? Excuse me. Let's see, we got the Seraph Esper. I think everyone has on Hermes sandals, yeah? Alrighty, yeah, that is important to do that when we're rocking through this at a little bit of a low level. And also, let me just say a couple things about the way that I particularly play this. This is not, like I said, a low level or a perfect stats run through or anything like that. This is just a combination of all the things that I've learned about the game that I particularly like. And so I don't typically or ever go for perfect stats. I don't think I've ever gone for perfect stats. I've gone for near perfect stats, and that's kind of a chore. It really is. And so I shy away from that. I understand the strategies, how to get it, how to do it, but it's a lot of work. It really is. And so the amount of, I guess, satisfaction that I get out of that is not very high. But I do like implementing some of the, I guess, principles and or strategies of that to make my playthroughs more efficient. I'm more about efficiency on the parts that would normally be a grind, or I like this Takabo. This part's kind of funny. But anyway, the efficiency part of like low leveling or perfect stats leveling or perfect stats playthroughs are kind of appealing to me, so that you don't have to, do all these fights. I like getting the formations, taking a fight here, taking a fight there. I'm perfectly okay with 500,000 kill. uh, Everyone gasps. So I'm perfectly okay with doing that. And gaining a level here or there is no big deal. That's why, we've got party members who have levels kind of all over the place. Our current party makeup is kind of an illustration of that. Egger's 14, Gau's 10. We got Mog as well. Normally, if you were doing a low level or perfect stats run, you would wait to get Mog, I think, until very last, because he starts at a higher level anyway. Excuse me. Also, we would have done something. Here we go. I'm going to interrupt myself by saying, aha, because this is the Magicite that we want specifically. This is probably 4,000 kill, 5,000 kill. One of the best Magicites as far as the boost that it gives. It gives the +2 magic, and that's what we want, especially for like Terra and Sabin. And honestly, yeah, I want to bid it. Hooray! And that is a steal for that piece of Magicite. The +2 magic is amazing. Now, the actual spells are not OP or anything like that. It's just that +2 magic is really good. And magic is king in this game. That's one thing about... Oh, nice. We got the golem right afterwards. That's fantastic. So anyway, oh man, people are really wanting that golem magicite. I want it for me. That rich dad, he can't afford it, or doesn't want it. He can afford a 500,000 gil Takabo, but doesn't seem to be interested in magicite, which is way more valuable. Oh, how could I say no to those adorable little eyes? Yeah, those adorable little eyes are gonna make you broke. So we've got some new Espers. So Golem gives us the very important stop spell, and it gives +2 stamina. +2 stamina is it's okay. I think it affects what regen and the relic Tintinabulum. I don't remember if it affects MP or not MP, HP per level. But even if it does, it's not really that big of a deal if it does. And then we've got, of course, the Zona Seeker, the +2 magic. And then we previously obtained Bismarck. Excuse me. Button failing here. Seraph. Now, Seraph doesn't have any plus bonuses, but gives a good amount of spells, and also the acquisition rate is fairly quick. That's why I like the Seraph, is because if you need to train a backup healer real quick, you can just throw Seraph on them, and they get cure and regen after only a few fights. And then even Esuna and Raise comes along pretty quickly. So anyway, the spells that they offer, are pretty good. Rasp, I think that's okay, but that's a very specific fight wise. Osmos, same thing. Shell is good, of course. I just wish it were a group spell. I really do. Same thing about Protect. But Stop is really good. There are certain enemies in the game that are vulnerable to Stop that you need to use that for. And then Carbuncle, of course, is good with utility spells. Anyway, so we've got a good amount of Espers. How many do we have? 15? Yeah, we got 15. So anyway, going back to talking about leveling and leveling stats. Stamina. Let's talk about stamina for a second. So stamina is probably the least useful of all of the stats in my experience. Oh, why? Oh, is our airship literally right on top of the city? Yeah, it is. And I don't think it's really needed. Where are we going to go from here? We're going to get some bestiary entries real quick. Let's go up here. There's one up here, and just one that we're going to get. It's the Intangier. We're not going to fight him because the way that this guy works, he doesn't do anything to us. He is invisible, and then the way if I remember correctly, you have to attack him, cast a magic spell at him, use an ability on him or something, and then he retaliates by casting Meteorite on you. And our party just doesn't have the protection or the HP to be able to deal with that, so we would die. And so we're not going to take the fight, we're just going to run away. And otherwise, you know, we just sit there staring at each other the whole time. That's basically that fight. But he's the most powerful enemy, bosses included, in, I think, the World of Balance. And so anyway, I remember the first time I encountered him, I think I got scared and I panicked. I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? And then I'm pretty sure my party got one-shotted by him. And then when I went back and tried to be strategic about it, let's see, I just want to go forward one. Oh yeah, we can't land in the trees, my bad. Anyway, when I tried to go and be more strategic about fighting, that's when I figured out how it worked. And I can't remember how much health he has. It's like between 30 and 35,000. And you can't drain him of MP. Well, you can technically, but he's got like 10,000 MP. And so if you try to use Osmos on Inchangier, you'll run out of MP far before that enemy will. So anyway, that's Intangier, and we won't be fighting him for any reason. We just want the bestiary. Well, we might get his what's it called? His rage, but I think it's something that we don't even want. It's like what, transfusion? Yeah, I think it's transfusion, which is okay. It's nice, but we don't need it. Ouchie. Now, Chimera and Briareus, however you say that name, these are kind of powerful enemies. There's one more here that I want to get. I don't want to take any of these fights. Oops. We just want to get the encounter so we can run away and get the Velt. Get him in the Velt. Oh no, a back attack. Alright, let's go ahead and run. Briareus. What did they used to be called? Like a basilisk or basque something. Anyway, they were different in the SNES version. Anyway, so there's one more. There's one more. Come on, there's one more enemy out here. It's not them. It's like oh, Gal might die, but if he does, that's fine. He might get KO'd, but if he does, that's fine. Our airship's right nearby. The Devourer, that's it. Okay, and these were pretty good formations, not bad. We only got an extra formation that we didn't need. Well, two technically if you count the Briaris, and yeah. Anyway, let's go in here. Nothing much is going on in the town of Thamatha. Huh. It's like, okay. If you notice that this town music is a little different, and everybody says about that to you, I've never seen you before. I've never seen you before. So the townspeople are all very standoffish, rude. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna loot all of the stuff in their town. Let's see. I don't think that there's anything here. Yeah. I think it's just barrels. And the items are pretty useful that we can get from this town. Let's see, nothing in there. This little kid's pretty sassy. Buzz off. Why couldn't you say something respectful like, I don't talk to strangers? Okay, 3 out of 6. Echo screen. Alright, I think I think even the Elder doesn't even want to talk to us. Yeah, he doesn't even want to talk to us. Is this a staircase, secret staircase behind here? Nope, nothing secret. Excuse me, sir. So no one will talk to us, not even the village elder. And we are left to wonder why. The innkeeper doesn't like strangers, always overcharges them. So we are strangers. I'm not gonna stay here. I've got the airship. Alright, so it looks like that's all the items we can get. 5 out of 6, okay. The whale doesn't have anything for us here yet. I've never seen you before. Okay, that's it. That's it, I think. I don't know of anything else that we can do. I just know that you can go loot those items, and that's it. So, let's get in the airship, and let's go... Let me think. Where are we going to go? Let's go into the airship real quick and change up our party. I think I'm going to go ahead and just go to the gate and do that part. Just progress through, you know, the story, progress through the game. And, oh, let's go ahead and rest up. Oh, let's check our items as well. We got 49 of those. Phoenix down, 11, yeah. We might need a few more of these, actually. Holy waters. Maybe. Remedies are 1,000. It cures imp. Sap, poison, teleport stone. We've only got a couple more one of those still. I find it funny that we've only found one. That they don't stock very many of them in the chests in the game. 10, we only need the one that we have. Ether, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're fine otherwise. So let's come over to this guy and refresh ourselves a little bit. Okay, we're going to take Gao out of the party. And do we want Locke? I think we want Locke, yeah. And Edgar. Yeah, we'll take Edgar. Terra. Yeah, we'll take Terra. And then I think we'll put in Sabin. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's see, who do we have for Espers? I don't think it matters. Because we're not going to be getting... I don't plan on getting any experience. Let's see, Locke might go up a level, so let's actually give you Bismarck, just in case you go up a level. Oh, so let's go back to the conversation that we were having before we sidetracked ourselves or whatever happened, I don't know. The statistics of strength, stamina, magic, and agility or speed. Let's see, do we want, yeah, Zone Seeker, I guess, I don't know. Trying to figure out in my head the spells that I want them to start learning while talking about the statistics, and it's not going well. Okay, anyway. So, stamina, I've already mentioned how it's kind of a meh statistic to level up. Speed is good, especially with the Pixel Remaster. I've read that, what's his name? Oh, Quillian? Or Quetzal, like the Q guy, the name with the Esper whose name starts with a Q. That's odd. There aren't any guards. Still, we should stand around. Let's go. Okay, now if we go in here, I think that there's a room in here with some chests. But anyway, so speed is really good, especially for characters like Locke and maybe Sabin. Those who are naturally fast anyway greatly benefit from speed boosts. Not because they get more of a boost from the +2, but it's just because the fact that they already start out higher just gives them that advantage. That's kind of the thing. And I wish that they would have balanced. Let's just look at statistics real quick, right? Locke, strength 39, agility 50. That's his natural agility, I think. Maybe there's something that's affecting that as well on his gear, but that is crazy agility. But comparing his strength to his magic, obviously he's strength-based as far as what the game intends to make him. However, the thing about that is, you boost the magic, and the boost to the magic has much more of an effect than a boost to the strength because of how magic is squared rather than multiplied by a factor. It's like 2, 3, or 4, I can't remember. And then same thing with Terra. Magic versus strength. Obviously, you want to level up the magic. And, magic and agility, maybe a little bit of agility there. And you just take a look at the stats and it's like, okay, does that make sense? But the thing about the strength is, since it has a lower multiplier, or since it is applied multiplicatively instead of exponentially, that makes a huge difference as you continue to level up more and more. And you see that, well, leveling up strength does have a little bit of an impact on your damage. However, leveling up your magic has much more of an impact. Like Sabin, for example, his strength is naturally way higher than his magic. However, I think just about everybody I know levels up his magic versus the strength because of the fact that his blitzes do so much more damage with the magic boost to him. So anyway, things like that. And okay, so we are in the cave. All right, we're gonna do a quick save here, just for good measure, and then we will be on our way. Oh, let's make sure that Sabin's equipped with stuff. That would have been bad. Especially with no Hermes sandals to be able to get away. Let's see, what do we want him to have? Where's the hero ring? That's a pretty good one for him, yeah. Does somebody have it? Oh, you do. Let's give you just the earring. Or, let's see. Yeah, we just want you to have something that boosts your your magic. Okay, and if you do both. Where is it? Yeah, I'll give you the hero ring. Let's see. Mithril vest is better for you. Twist headband. I mean, whatever. Do we want to do priest smite or bandana? Yeah, twist headband. I was thinking that it was a lot better than things like the green beret or priest smiter, but I was forgetting that it doesn't actually level up the magic. But that's fine. Magic defense and magic evasion. Might want that here. Oh well. Let's just go. Oh yeah, let's do a quick save since we've done all that. Alrighty, on our way. Assassin's dagger. How does that compare with what you have? A blade that may randomly dispatch an enemy in one hit. Takes our magic evasion down though. I'm not sure if I like that. Gives us good attack power, more magic, but yeah, might as well. Might as well. Okay, let's go. And I think right here we have, oh great. Let's see. Now these outcasts, yeah, let's not take this fight. So these guys, they have the Life Shaver ability, which is fine if you haven't damaged them at all. So it damages you based off of how much health they are missing. And so if you just run away from those fights, then let's see. Oh, did we miss anything in here? No. Okay, we didn't miss anything. Alright, here's the little moving puzzle. And this is always fun. See if I can remember this. Oh, great. Ah, the Antares. I think in that very first room there are the liches. And we'll be able to get those guys. So that thing that we just got, the Hage's, what is it? Jite? Hage's, I call it Hage's Jite. I don't know what the real pronunciation is. Changes the slot command to Gil Toss. Okay, that's not right. Come up here, and then over here. Alright, there we go. X potion, that's very nice. Outcast, there we go. This is the one that we want. And let's see. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight any of these until we unless we get surrounded. I think we'll just run away from all of them unless we actually have to fight. This is one of the preferred formations for me personally, just because it's let's see, we want to go down to this one right here, and then this one right here, and then this one down here. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go get that chest. Alrighty. Just as I was saying. Alright, so we are going to have to fight. Now the thing about these guys... let's see. Hopefully Edgar... Let's see, is it thunder that they're vulnerable to? Oh, let's cure ourself or Sabin. There we go. That's very good. All right, let's see what. Yeah, that life shaver. Okay, he's going for that guy. We'll just do likewise, and we'll see how well that goes. Okay, very good. Cure. We'll throw a heal on Edgar. Nothing to steal. Oh, that's right. We already got him. I thought it was the guy on the top that we'd only gotten. Alrighty, and then that should do it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I figured that we would get a, you know, a fight or two we would have to take. That surrounded formation, it seems like it's pretty common here. So let's see. Oh yeah, and I will be shuffling around Espers. I think what I'll do, just to avoid the redundancy of this action, is after every battle where I level up, is I'll just cut it out. But this is basically what I do, and this is a pain, I think, to a lot of players, and something that not a lot of people like to do is to shuffle around Espers after every level up. That is yeah, it's a little bit of work for sure. Let's give you Cataplepus, and so I don't think a lot of. Actually, let's give you Zone Seeker. Yeah, Terra might level up. Okay. We don't have another +2. I guess Golem? No, I think it's better to get +1 magic than +2 stamina, actually. If we have to take, you know, if we have to gain the level. Let's actually quick save. So anyway, that surrounded formation, I was kind of expecting that to happen one, two, or 3 times. I'd say up to 3 times during this run through, just because it's not a terribly long dungeon that we're going through, but it seems like RNG is always just super high. So, all right, there we go. Back attack. Okay, yay. We're gonna get our bases hit off. The bone dragon, or the zombie dragons, so they throw a bone at you, I think, and then they can turn you into a zombie. That's why I stocked up on a little bit of holy water. Those outcasts, though, I find it interesting that do they absorb fire? Anyway, fire either they absorb or are immune to, and I think they absorb it. Let's see, does anybody need a heal after that? Yeah. Let's cast Cure on Lock. Okay, let's flip this switch. It really doesn't matter. It's just... Oh wait, yes it does, because it extends that bridge. I was going to say it doesn't matter because you can still get down here. However, you need the bridge extended. So there's the Genji Glove. Or it normally would have been the first Genji Glove had we not gotten the Genji Glove from Bannon, the leader of the Returners. And some people will get the Gauntlet just because you can't acquire the Gauntlet as much as you can the Genji Glove. Like, I think there are more Genji Gloves available because I think you can steal them from one of the, like a regular enemy. Is it stealing from a regular enemy? Anyway, I think that the gauntlets are limited, the Genji Gloves are not, and so even though the gauntlets, we're not going to be using it. Let's see. No one needs a heal up. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so if we pull this lever, we might be able to win the fight. it makes this guy jump down from the top of the screen, and then we fight a ninja. Thing is, do we need it for the belt? I don't know. Let's check real quick. I'm gonna check to see what the ninja's rage is, because I don't remember. Let's see. Dragon, bonus, grassworm, fairly, blah 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 blah. Checking all my notes here. So many notes. Their rage is the water scroll. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna bother with that. All right. So we'll just pull this one, and it's opened up a little room here. Anyway, the ninja also gives you a clue to. Actually, this will be a good place to. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put a tent. Oh, it's a adorable little pink tent with the bow on top. That's adorable. I think it does change color, like depending on who you have as your party leader. It changes the color according to them. So anyway, let's create a save point. And anyway, that ninja says, "Oh, now I can't get the treasure underneath the stairs," or something like that. And side attack. Oh, this will make it even easier for us to run away. Oh, yes. Thank you. Visibility scroll, water scroll, gold needle. The zombie dragons also are a very good source, I think, of gil and experience points. So if you felt like, so this is a good place if you feel like you're underleveled and you're just kind of playing it straight through, just you know, to play it or whatever. This is a good place to get both gil and experience as far as that goes, because these zombie dragons, they show up pretty frequently, and when they're in these formations, it's great because they aren't very dangerous, and they're a great bang for buck enemy, if you will. So anyway, we're gonna leave these two plates alone. Just gonna walk right past them. Nice block, Terra. Nice. Now you just gotta run away. There you go. Okay. Is anybody low? No. Okay, let me come over here. And there we go. I believe that this is the room that ninja was talking about. We got a magicite shard, ultima weapon, another magicite shard, can't say that, and an ether. Say that 3 times fast. Magicite shard. Not careful to say a bad word. Oh, anyway, we need to flip a couple of switches. I'm not sure what those plates serve, those pressure plates serve, because all it does, like, is it lets you open that chest kind of in the middle there, but that chest just pulls a lever that isn't useful. Yeah, it's not useful. So we're just gonna ignore that switch, come up here, and open the chest, and that should be it. Yep, 14 out of 14. So we got some magicite shards, which are very nice. If you've just because it gives any character the ability to, you know, summon multiple espers, even if it's randomized, it's still nice. So, alrighty, I think we are just about there. Yeah, we're there. Okay, we're gonna quick save real quick. And up we go to these stairs, and we're gonna enjoy a cutscene. There it is, the gate to the Esper worlds. The sealed gate. It's all up to you, Terra. We're counting on you, Terra. No pressure, Terra. This was nicely done, I feel. I like the... Uh-oh, we know that laugh. Terra, quickly! So this is a scripted battle, of course. You followed us here? How preposterous! Just like the Emperor said, give them Terra and they'll open the gate for us. In other words, you've been playing into our hands all along. But I have no business with you. Alrighty, so yep, he wants more Esper power, just as we overheard him say, because he has his own plans, and he doesn't really care about Gestal so long as if Gestal happens to help him accomplish, or not help him, but if what Gestal does helps him, then he'll be a convenient ally temporarily. Uh-oh, the door's opening. Espers, heed my call. Well, they'll heed something, but it won't be your call. So how did Terra open the door? That's my question, right? How did she open the door? Because that elder guy, he was the only one who should have had the power to do so, right? I'm not forgetting something about the plot, something important about the plot, right? Got a bad feeling about this. Uh-oh, everybody get down, hit the floor. Oh, look who it is. Oh my goodness, we got all these Espers that are coming at us. Oh, such frightful energy. There's another one. There's another one. Is that Leviathan? Oh, there he goes. Oh, Terra appears to be exhausted from her efforts. Oh, and there the gate goes, closing again. Uh-oh. Well, now no one's getting in or out. So, as we saw, about a half dozen more Espers escaped. And they were not happy. Where did the Espers go? We better head back. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so now we can go down here. Alright, there should be a fight. We're looking for some liches. There we go. I don't know if they always spawn in groups of 3, but that seems to be pretty consistent. Uh-oh, she might be down. Come on, let's run away, Edgar. Okay, well, that works. Okay, we'll head back to the airship and then proceed forward. What happened? The Espers all flew off together. Which way did they go? Toward the Imperial capital. Vector. Oh dear. So now we're off to Vector to chase the Espers. Hey, what's that? They're getting closer. You mean what? They're a flash. The Espers? Look out. Oh, yeah, you better watch out. Whoa. Setzer just about had his head taken off. Espers? They were angry. Yeah, they still are. More importantly, why are we shaking? Probably. Oh my goodness, we're on fire. And this goes on for a minute, this little crash landing sequence. Round and round we go. Alright, while we do this, a couple of things that we haven't done yet that I'll probably skip. I don't think I'll go to the bomb forest to get the grenade entry. The grenades, they have a ton of health. Well, they're not a ton of health, but they've got quite a bit of health. And they do have a good rage. They have the blaze rage, which is pretty good, but it's like, whatever. I may or may not go fighter grenade to get that, but you have to do that before the World of Ruin. And then what else haven't we done? Oh, the 777 achievement. Now is a good time to do that as well, but we're not going to do that. All right, so we've crash landed. And all we've got to do is exit the ship from this side. Oops, I want to say yes. Okay, and there we go. We're all restored. And we are next to now the Miranda area. And so this is a pretty good place to make a to end the episode, because in our next episode we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff in the capital, and there will be the mini game that we're gonna be doing, and so I will be actually practicing that just to make sure that I remember how to do it and get all the points. Because it's timed, it only gives you 5 minutes to do it, and so I'm gonna play ahead a little bit just to make sure that I can get that right. And then anyway, in our next recorded episode, we'll be doing all of that, and then progressing with the story in that manner. So until our next episode, so long for now.